So in general, everything you're going through within this trading, journaling, within the risk management, the sizing, the strategies, everything we're doing, putting on paper, it's all directed towards finding your weaknesses and your strength. And there is no two traders alike in trading. Everybody in day trading, that this craft, everybody has their fingerprint. What's your fingerprint? It's something you'll figure out on the way. This is why a course by itself, you watch on the screen and you start applying, it's not going to pay more than 20% of your journey, just collecting knowledge. But eventually there is kind of habits that build on from your background, from your personality, things accumulated on the way that translates in the behavior in the market. Some people coming fresh, some people coming from a big loss background, some people coming from a profession like engineering or medical sector. People come from different background, but mainly they come with a mindset that as hard as they work, as hard as they do, they should get paid. And unfortunately in trading it doesn't work like that at all. In some days you come, the first 5 minutes with the least work possible, you will make a killing, and then you will shut down your screen and leave. Another day you will come and you will literally, it happened with me before, sit 8 to 9 hours on the screen waiting for something to happen, never happens, and you leave. Even though you squeezed everything from knowledge, but the market did not pay on that day. Some other days you will sit the 8 hours, you're taking the trade, you've done the job right, but you're still out with your risk. That's the nature of the job. So we want to turn trading into a lifestyle to the better, not for the worse. Because usually once traders get involved with day trading, the lifestyle, the mood, everything start declining. Everything. Because the stress of thinking about losses, the stress of thinking about what's the next strategy, the stress of thinking what if tomorrow, what if the next month, what if this doesn't work, and lifestyle, mood, everything start declining in a very, very bad way. Surprisingly, even the people who are doing well, they're still declining in lifestyle. It happened with me many times. I seen how the good times can ruin your lifestyle, and I can tell you from days that days I averaged $5,000, days I averaged $7,000, I was not happy. I was thinking, oh, will this last? Oh, will this? I start asking like the anxious question, the anxious person who were like, oh, okay, this is good, but will this continue? Will this happen? I've seen bad days. I've seen a bad days. I've seen a good days. Is this you start asking the wrong questions. So as a human being, you will always find a way to ruin your trading journey, and it doesn't get better unless you start on a solid feet, solid ground, and you know exactly that this is going to be more than a job. It's going to be a lifestyle. So you need to build a system around trading that allows you, hey, I will not trade on the days. I will have a checklist before I start. First, I will look for the reason that will keep me away from trading and waste my time on the day. Like what? Like looking at a volume profile shape that is maybe a box volume profile shape, or a trend day that it's too late to get in anywhere. I will skip the day. I will come back another day. I will spend more time. I'll spend more time studying and analyzing the previous day and the previous week, because those days and weeks carry always data will help me in the future. I will spend more time structuring charts. I will put my effort in things in trading I can do and I can control. Moving on to the next thing, things that will ruin your lifestyle in trading is sitting in front of the screen for long, waiting for something to happen or fighting for something to happen. This is worse than actually losing money, because that depletes your mental capital. Depleting your mental capital will eventually lead to money loss, even if you're right on a trade, whether you like it or not. So you have the mental capital and you have your cash capital in your account. The mental capital comes first. So if you sit in a trade for long, this trade is not moving in your favor. It's not going to take your stop loss out. It's just eating out of your energy and your brain, and you start simulating in your head scenarios that you don't know if it will happen or no. By the time this trade start moving, you will make all the wrong decision because you're already depleted. Oh, should I get out? Oh, should I get in? It's holding. Oh, should I draw an extra line? Oh, should I? By the time you realize that it's taking too long, you're already exhausted and you're taking wrong decisions, and then it will lead to a cycle. A rat race will happen often. So I want you to set a stopwatch for any trade. Stopwatch. If the trade in your first, like this stopwatch will eventually be adjusted based on the strategy we're using. But for example, a strategy like the imbalances. Strategy like imbalances, if we're on the 1 minute chart, if this thing not showing any indication of going anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, I'm out.
Okay.
I'm out. Done. Why? This trade probably will go out in your favor eventually, but by the time it goes in your favor, trust me, you're exhausted and you're losing the next trade setup because of your exhaustion. You want to save your strength and focus for the next trade. That's what you want to keep track all the time. You feel exhausted, cut it down. I promise you will build a very good stamina the longer you stay with the market. I had days I stayed 72 hours with the market, but that's a stamina built on years. I was able to do that because I started to sit a couple of hours and add more and then sit more, and it's not just sitting in front of the screen. Like I'm sitting, I'm observing, I'm taking mental notes, I'm taking many breaks, I'm back to the screen. I know what exactly I should do to stay sharp while holding myself accountable for risk and profit and all of this. So back again to the lifestyle topic. We want trading to take us to the next level, mentally, money-wise, and everywhere. But the money is, this is why the money should not be the focus in the beginning. I want you to trade and you visualize already you are having a career of a trader.
Yes.
And you have advantage against anyone works in a hedge fund. You are not forced to take trades. Anyone works in a hedge fund, they are forced to take trades, and that's where they come the pressure, because they have to kill themselves every day looking for where is the next opportunity. And that's an advantage we have because we're looking mainly on futures market. So take that advantage. You're not forced to trade. You're waiting for the right good setup. So there is no need to rush for a noisy head. Let it go. It's not your money. It's not your money. Even if it's there, even if you predicted it. Guess what? Predicting the market only goes up and down. Even if you just say it out of your mouth, like it's gonna go up. 50% chance it's gonna go up. If someone says it's gonna go up and you see a strategy of your hidden value saying that the market is going up and you know the market is going up, both of you are 50-50. And if the market goes up, they will think that they can predict the market and you will think this is your hidden value. A third party can come in the market, have urgency, a sell order from a client, they will sell and get you both out. So it's a one person in the market can take you both out. So where are we from all this hustle and all this trying to survive from bad lifestyle, try to make money and all of this? Having a system, writing it down, journaling as you did, sizing as we did, profit manage as we did, and let the math give you the result end of the month. And if there is a problem or you don't see the results that you're seeing, it's very easy because you're going to go back to your track record and put your hands on the problems, exclude it, and then the money will flow in your account. And this is a developing process, will happen over and over again. I have done it with you for a couple of weeks, but this is what you need to learn to do it for yourself. Whenever I thought I'm on the top of my game, I don't need to analyze or journal or do these things anymore, the market just humbles me. Humbles me
100%.
pretty bad, and I had to go back again to everything I do. Especially the sizing part, like the sizing is the devil in trading. So you will start as we do with the standard contracts, the small contracts. We will look in the sizing later in the future, but consistency in trading is very easy. What everybody looking for in trading the consistency itself, it's easy. You will know when it's easy when you step into trying to size your trades and get into the sizing game. You will know that consistency is nothing. What kills everybody dreaming about being consistent, is nothing comparing to stepping in a sizing game. Tell me about it, man. I'll tell you a lot all day about sizing mental problems. I have days when I had to step up my size and things were planned, and then when it didn't go in my favor because I'm sizing, it took weeks of profit from the small size. It messes up you mentally, and then you're in a between, should I continue, should I step back to small size, back in forward, and then sticking with this. It's crazy. It's ups and downs, but I guarantee you, when you get to mentally to trade with size, it's a different game. It's a different profit game. It's completely different profit game. We're talking 4 or 5 figures and up. So yeah,
one thing I wanted to raise on this point is sometimes I feel like the sizing I'm getting to terms with a little bit, but for me, I think the impact of a loss is hurting me more than the size sometimes. You know, when I lose on a trade,
you know why?
And then what will happen is, like, say I lose on like a standard contract and I'm down, like, say 200 out of 500 like daily risk. Next trade might be a good setup, but I size less and I win on that trade, but that good win does not pay off that first loss.
Because you're thinking money, not system. You're thinking money, not system. You've done the right thing. You had to scale down. You had to scale down your size, and then it wins. So that's the system. You don't look at the money. There is no doctor will evaluate their work based on how much money they ask. Someone coming with a scratch, he just need a bandage. The doctor just cannot advise with a surgery so they can make more money for someone having a scratch. The doctor will not mind giving, oh, you just need a bandage. It's very cheap, but this is what you need for now. Same thing for trading. It's what you need for now is a low size, whether it pays off or doesn't pay off. The situation requires you trading a small size, protecting risk. Because more than often, you will see the losses coming in a streak. They will always come in a streak, whether you like it or no, but the system has to stay in place. And if there's something wrong, you can change it later, but don't change the things on time. So we were at the sizing, Speaking of like the big sizes and all of that, we will get to that game and you'll get it. But this is the long-term goal. This is the why in your trading. Why you're trading, you should ask yourself that. The question that people really don't ask themselves, they only ask in interviews and prepare for it in a job. Where do you see yourself in 3-5 years? This question, trader. It's not just that. This is a generic, like you just answered in general. I want to be like, oh, a big trader and all of that. But you have to be specific. This question, I think it was made for traders in the first place, not for anything else. Like was made for trading. Where do you see yourself in 3-5 years? If I ask that question to many traders and they never see it. They never know where they're going. It's everybody looking very short term. The answers in their head that they don't reveal usually, it's maybe I have a loan of 50, 100K and I want to pay it off with this monster trade. So they're looking for the monster trade and they're just bleeding money every day looking for that monster trade. By the time they get the monster trade, it's barely enough to cover the losses that made from trading, not to cover the debt. And they think by the time that they get to that money, even if they're lucky and get what they got, they usually, it's not a point to stop. It's a point to get things rolling, maybe worse or better. It depends on how they got there. But 3 to 5 years plan. Where do I see myself? And that's the reason got me into trading in the first place. That same trade that can make you $100 is the exact same size. Exact same trade that can get you a 4-figure $1,000 or a 5 figures above 10,000 or 6 figures. It's the same freaking trade. But how do I get there? It's not just by throwing the size. It has to be built up. The only reason when you told me the loss felt bad, the loss only feels bad when you don't have a profit target that matches that profit with that loss. If you're someone making $2,000 average on trade, you come in 1 or 2 days, you lose $600, $900. That will not move you. That is just gonna be like, oh, one of those trades, no more than that. The only reason you feel that the losses are hurting because you didn't see that profit range that matches or cover that. This is why the losses hurt. This is why within the end of every week when you evaluate yourself, you need to look at your biggest winner and your biggest loser, and you and I want you meditate, investigate, put everything you have, mental thoughts, notes, everything, why this happened, why I cannot keep my losses small, why I have a big loss and I don't have winners that catching up to it. Because what we want to see in any report, if we're talking one-to-one, it's okay, but we want to see many big winning trades, many of them. If we're talking in a three figures range, we're talking about $800, $900, $1,000 profitable trades. Meanwhile, like the losses would be at 100, 200, 300. We want to see that range. So if you still see your losses in the range of 200, 300, and your profit are not paying double than that on the winners, then something has to be adjusted just for your mental capital and to keep your mind with trading healthy. This is very, very important. So you see, I'm going all around data and information. It's all coming from your work behind the screen. It's the sizing plan, the Excel sheet, the journaling, and because all of our psychological problem, the blueprint of success lies in there, and it's yours. It's not mine. Like my weaknesses are completely different than yours. You are seeing, maybe running after setups not planned sometimes. You have weaknesses. You don't have weakness with risk management. That's pretty cool. I had weaknesses more of a risk management side. I had over trading problems, but because I saw my over trading was paying very well at some periods, this is why it stuck with me, and it's a problem now. Over trading, I used to, in some days, around 2019 and between 2019 and 2021, some days I took over 200 trades on futures, which was generating like over $900 commissions, but it was paying off because I had a good accuracy, I had a good risk reward, so it was paying off and I loved it. But then when the market slowed down, it killed me. I had to slow down, change for a bit longer term, reduce the commissions, and I had to work on it. The problem with these habits, when they build up, when they take time building up within you, it's so hard to change. It's so hard, even if you need someone sitting with you on the screen just to help you with that problem. So from now on, the critical problems is something we can always talk about, something I can always help you, and I want you to be vocal about these problems, the things that you're really struggling with. But things like you're taking strategy out of your plan, that's completely doable by yourself, and just a mental note to yourself, come with a trading day plan, and learn always to jump in every trading week with initial system and one goal, only one goal. So you have the initial system. What's the initial system? Risk management, risk scaling, sizing plan, profit management, and the strategist trading. Those are the 5 we want to focus on every day. That's the initial system. And one goal. What is that goal? It is a weakness from past week to fix, only one weakness, or a strength from the past week to focus on and stress more on it. For example, weakness from the last week, I took setups were not planned. Goal for this week, not to take a single setup not planned, no matter what. That's a goal. Only one goal. And if it's done right, then following week, you have another goal to work on. But I always recommend one goal should take at least 2 weeks to build the muscle memory and a habit. Strength, I finished the week, and last week I was above my moving average on the P&L. I had a very good setup, confirmation. I was patient, I was waiting, I saw the confirmation, and the risk was like 4 ticks. I did not hesitate to take a big size while not violating my risk, and the trade paid off really well, 6x than I usually do. That's a strength. So coming to the new week, I have a goal. Let me look only for that setup this week. Let me look for this exact thing that happened last week. So you have 5 tasks to focus on daily plus 1 goal. And this goal is yours to change every week. Never ever give the upper hand to the market on any given day. So that what we all said right now will take us to the next point. Never ever let the market have the upper hand on your day or on your risk, because that will translate into the mental capital and everything we spoke of. What do you mean giving the market the upper hand on the market? Means the market giving you something looks like your setup. Yeah. That's a no-no. You're sitting and you're watching, you're in the king mode. Nope, I'm not interested. The market will give you another setup. Hey, maybe this is your setup, and this is exactly your brain scenario will run. Hey, this is maybe your setup. Don't miss the opportunity. Hey, this is maybe your setup, and then you have to activate your logical brain. It's a no. I need to see it 1, 2, 3, and you wait. Market will not give it to you. The following day, the market will play the same game again. Hey, maybe this is your setup. You said you're looking for this. But then on the other side, on the other hand, you'll see like, oh, there is a problem now because of this. Nope, I'm not interested. And then eventually, after going through this mental scenario, the market will just give up and give you what you need to see. Like it or no, the market will give it to you. Will give it to you on a golden plate. And here is your setup. Here is your risk you're looking for. Here is the profit target. Now it's the time where you cannot say, hey, there's a problem with this. There is no problem with this trade. You will know this is your trade. You will execute it. Even if it fails, you will feel good. I promise that. Even if the trade fails, you will feel good about it, because this is what I wanted to see. I had the upper hand. I paid what I wanted to pay on this trade. But if this trade happens a million times again, I'll take all of them. The math in your favor. The math eventually in your favor. So back again, it's the system having a one goal. Never give the upper hand to the market. You're sitting, you're waiting for the market to give you what you want to see. And if things doesn't feel right, if you're not thinking in a good mindset, if you're bored, if you're hungry, if you're angry, if work is exhausting, if you're anxious, if you have a bad anything, step away from the screen. It's not the game for someone not giving 100%. Before the trading day, make sure you're happy. Make sure you're satisfied all your needs. Make sure there's no postponed tasks after trading that you want to wrap up this and go do. No, finish everything. Trading comes when you are fully invested into it, invested on a screen. Because guess what? From this point onwards, most of your losses will come from bad analysis. What do you mean bad analysis? I mean, a trend line should have been connecting the bottoms, but it was a little tilted because of one wick, or you just rushed into it, you tilted the trend line. You will start taking a very random entries. That's one of the reasons. X pattern. You draw the trend tilted, then the X pattern will come in a wrong spot, and then you start taking wrong confirmations and finding wrong prices. The imbalances levels. Imagine that your imbalance level just slipped away a couple of ticks. Ruined up everything. Ruined up your entry, your stop loss, and everything. So put in mind, this happens even if you're in a good mindset. This happens. So always keep in mind whenever there is losses, make sure it's not because of analysis. Go and review the analysis you've done and see if this was a convenient analysis, so we can accept the loss as it is. We can accept the loss, no problem. But there is an indication, and we don't want that loss to be a bad analysis. Just a quick review after any losing trade. Look at the analysis and review what you have done so far. Speaking of analysis, how the market reacted, and reflect, and then the next trade will give you a better odds in your favor. A lot of things going on. You will see this is like maybe 10% of the scenarios you face in trading, but in general, everything in trading, I can guarantee anyone's success if they have a track record, weeks of trading, journaling, they know their sizing, they have a plan. So when we look at it, it's like, hey, you don't even need me to tell you what to do. You look at it and you know what to do. So
I feel like I'm getting closer, Hisham. I feel every week I'm getting like certain things, like I'm watching the screen. Maybe I'm still like the patience part that needs to get better, but like things are building on top of each other, right? Like I'll have like a set way that I'm drawing things in the market at the start of the day. And I'm seeing, like, I'm waiting, like say for the first initial touch of anchor VWAP or something like that, right? Like, and there's like some kind of system. I think like I just need patience. If I'm not taking a trade for the first 2-3 hours, I get a bit impatient. And I was like, oh, I need to take a trade now, otherwise I'm wasting my time. I need to get rid of that mentality.
Okay. Yes. That's 100%. So get on those strategies, line up. Now your next task